just take a look at those High Street. Just this moment, the sun has peeked over the down, so I can't go any further than that, otherwise it will just burn out the camera. But I can tell you that it's going to be another nice day, although the heat wave of the past week has disappeared completely with the rain. It's only going to reach about 23 or 24 today. I say only. Normally we would be very grateful for that. And indeed, let's be grateful. Keith Hayes with Mirador Television, broadcasting from Lewes High Street. And it's quite remarkable. Here it is at 10 to 6, coming up to 5 to 6 on a Monday morning. And in what should be a relatively peaceful setting in this lovely medieval town, is at least 10 cars have gone by, windows down. Their radio are just so high that it's thumping boom, 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 without a care in the world about what it might be doing to somebody else's eardrums. They just simply don't care. And perhaps that's the society in which we live, and it's very typical of it. Curmudgeon? Oh yes, am I a curmudgeon? Yes, indeed I'm a curmudgeon. I just love actually having a go at others for doing things that I don't do myself. Now, there's another one. Let me show you this. There's a bus. Look at this. Here is the bloke that actually collects the garbage on behalf of the council, right? Have you ever heard a noisier vehicle? Now, there's another one here, right? Here's another one. Two of them. Beep, beep, beep. Listen to the noise. The noise pollution at 6 o'clock in the morning. Oh yes, of course they've got to do their job. But we're all about reducing the noise on a bus, on a lorry, on a vehicle that belongs to a private citizen. And when it comes to the council, they just choose the noisiest vehicle, the heaviest, clunkiest vehicle that they possibly can. So if you can hear me, that's fine, but if I was you, I would put the earphones in. It just gets ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And they're going to have a nice little chat now. Let's convert him. What other noise coming out of the High Street? There's the poor old chap who has... I'm not quite sure what he's been giving me delivery. Whatever it was. Oh, there we go. This one. Quite nice blokes who operate these things. I mean, they chat to them, they say good morning, and they're very pleasant. But who on earth chooses vehicles as noisy as these and puts them onto the streets at this hour? Never mind. Never mind, there are worse things in the world, aren't there? Look at that, that car is silent. That vehicle is not. Oh, there we are. We're looking at me again. Never mind. Well, I'll be damned. I make enough noise pollution with my voice, I thought. But believe me, it is just beyond the pale. But if you say anything to the local council, it's press 1, press 2, press 3. They ain't there. And if they are, they ain't answering. Don't get me onto that one, because I want to talk about something else this morning, something that I think is quite serious, because whatever we do, we don't seem to be behaving in the interests of the citizen. And whatever we do, we are always behaving in the interests of the establishment, and if I may say so, blaming it on confidentiality. I raised the issue last week of a child, a day-old child, that was left in a neighbour's front door by a lady who also left a note and said I had to get him away from his father, otherwise he would have killed the child. Incredible. But I said, and I used some examples of where society blames the mother. She'll be dubbed a bad mother. The child will probably be taken away. I quoted the instance of my friend who took me into the wilds of Alberta, into a small town. And thank God he was well trained. and understanding, and refused, despite the pleas of the police, to take children away from what he described as a loving home. Yes, it was filthy, it was dirty. It wasn't an ideal environment for the child, or for the children, but the love between the mother and the child was, to him, the most important thing. And he refused to do what the establishment wanted. I also said that this happens in this country, and that it's something we should review. Will we? No. We'll be too busy fighting the infighting, blackening everybody's character, getting on with the so-called politics, and being mature about it. But what's mature about fighting in the House of Commons or fighting in the local council chamber and not doing much for the citizen? I have no idea. These people live in a damn bubble, and they are not aware of what's going on outside, and they could care less, because they're full of procedure, they're full of nonsense, they're full of rubbish. Oh, they'll pull up as an example one of their constituents. Yes, makes them sound human, doesn't it? They're not. They're too busy in their own little bubble, fighting their own little back corner about some obscure rule that isn't going to affect any of us. Am I being unkind? Am I being fair? I have no idea. And I really don't care, because I have to call it as I see it. And I would like to just give an example this morning of where I think society is failing us. No names, have to protect the innocent. Somebody's ill. They're stubborn. They refuse to go to the doctor. You're a friend. You call the doctor. I'm sorry, I can't discuss it. You're not a relative. But, this person is, I'm sorry, patient confidentiality. We can't talk to you about it. But, no. Patient confidentiality. I call it charity. Are you a relative? No. Are you under threat? No. Sorry. Patient confidentiality. I go to the council. I ask various questions. Are you a relative? No. Client confidentiality. And ultimately, the only people that seem not to have the issue of confidentiality are the police. And they have to get involved, particularly where it comes to mental stress. They have to get involved. They don't want to. A copper says to me, we're getting the short end of the stick. Nobody else in society, all the establishment organizations, they don't want to know. So who ends up? Mr. Plod, the long arms of the law. And even then, can you please tell me what's happened? Are you a relative? No. The relatives aren't aware of what's going on. And anyway, they don't want to know. I'm a friend. Sorry. Confidentiality. We can't tell you anything. Now, there may be a good cause for something like that. It's confidentiality. I suspect that it's because they want to hide behind closed doors. These problems are problems that they want to go away. And confidentiality is as good a reason as any. It certainly doesn't help the sick. It doesn't help the lame, and it doesn't help the elderly. And I said last week, I was in a conversation, and there's the council's contribution to noise pollution in the morning. Good for them. They contribute to every other damn thing except helping those people who are vulnerable. Confidentiality. It's a wonderful way to make sure that nobody has to take responsibility for anything. And when they end up banged up, That's what happens. Banged up. Because nobody wants to listen. You know, in my own case, I have Parkinson's. Never tried to hide it. I'm perfectly capable of doing all sorts of things I do. I go day to day, and I work. I go to London, and I'm perfectly okay. But one of the things that I have to worry about a little bit is, if I'm going to be self-sufficient, is falling downstairs. Because Parkinson's makes you a little clumsy. I knock over glasses of wine. That's my great confession. Is fancy knocking over a glass of wine for somebody like me. That's absolute sin. But the fact is, Ian Duncan Smith, once he got hold of the thing, looked at with military precision, and everybody applauded his reform of the health system, of the assistance system. If I fall downstairs, he doesn't give a sod. What he did was he set up a system which made sure that it was as difficult as possible for anybody to get help. Well, Mr. Duncan Smith and you other people who hide behind patient confidentiality, I don't give a sod. I fight it. I get on with it. I do it myself. So I can actually say to you, inside your bubble, you do not care. You do not care. And you brought everything else in with you. The NHS, the police, social services, charities, confidentiality. Patient confidentiality. Client confidentiality. Bring me the bowl. Let me wash my hands of it. Well, you lot, get off your fat behinds and start to think and do something. Instead of all this jaw. Let's see some bloody action. It's all very well to talk about democracy, but it's your fun and games. It's your free bars. It's your free subsidies. It's your free housing allowances. That's the only thing you really worry about, isn't it? Politics has changed. Changed beyond belief, and not for the better. So let's sit some action and stop saying confidentiality. What it means is we don't want to do anything. Pretty serious this morning, aren't I? Pretty good for a Monday morning. But some of these things have to be looked into. As a friend of mine said, if you do nothing, nothing gets done. And that's the state we're in with a lot of our social services and those things which are designed to help us. Confidentiality. Who? Well, that's it for this morning. See you tomorrow morning. Till then, toodle pip.